Oh, there you go. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we were discussing, I was discussing by myself about Nick Cannon and the controversy around what he said. And I think we need to have real conversations about what he said. He spoke he just spoke a little bit out of context. He said the Democratic Party is the party of KKK. So I'm going to change what he said and say the Democratic Party is the party that started the KKK. You know, they are the ones who started the KKK. It's a historical fact. Like, let's not argue around historical facts. Yes, the Democratic Party did start the KKK. And the KKK was started by Southern Democrats, or you might want to call them Dixiecrats, right? They started to intimidate Black Republicans. Those are the facts. Those are the historical facts. Because when Black people were first elected, yeah, see? Well, we know they started them, right? But the first Black elected officials, they weren't Democrats, they were Republicans. They were actually Republicans. Now, I'm not getting into what y'all talking about today. We're talking history. Let's not get it twisted. I don't want nobody that's watching to get it twisted and start leaving comments about Trump and leaving comments about whatever's going on today. We're talking history. Let's have a conversation about history first. So these Black Republicans, right? They were Hiram Revels, Blanche Bruce, Robert Smalls. And they were actually historical fact. Let's not get it twisted in today's politics. Let's stick with historical facts. They were actually the ones fighting for civil rights, the Black Republicans. They were actually the ones who started the fight for reparations and pensions for the slaves, for the former slaves. They were the ones that was fighting for that. Right. The Southern strategy. Absolutely. But we're going to stick before that. Because that's the conversation. That's the conversation. And then the New Deal, and then different policies that Black people switched over to the Democratic Party. Right? But before the Southern strategy, before the New Deal, Black men and women were holding position. Well, Black men, mostly Black men, were holding positions in government as Republicans and fought for reparations, fought for pensions for the slaves. These are the actual facts. Now, don't get in your feelings, Black folks, when you hear Republicans. Don't get in your feelings now. And one of the strongest Black woman Republican at that time, her name was Callie House. And she led the ex-slave pension movement, petitioning Congress for federal pensions modeled after those paid like Civil War veterans. These were Black people. These are Black people. These were black people. So are you going to tell me, those who want to argue about history, as a black man and woman, we're supposed to erase that? We're supposed to erase that history just because a name, Republican? Is that what we are supposed to do as educated black people? See, and even some black Republicans don't even understand their own history in the Republican Party. Because you got some of these foolish Negroes on social media, on their little podcast shows, talking about black people don't deserve reparations. Well, it was the black Republicans that were fighting for it first. But you got what? Anton, whatever that fool name, and all these other Negroes talking about, oh, well, black people shouldn't get reparations. Then tell it to your ancestors that was in the Republican Party. Because they were the ones that did it first. And we're supposed to erase all that history. We're supposed to forget all that history. Just because some foolish, educated Negro paid by the Democratic Party or white liberals tell us to forget that history. How do we end up here, black people? How do we end up in these positions where we discount our own just because of a label, and we continue to politically gangbang, loyal to a party and not our people? We worked hard to get who? The first black president elected? Barack Obama, for 2 terms. He had control of the House and the Senate the first 2 years. We didn't even get an executive order on reparations. Not even an executive order. We didn't even get him to acknowledge reparations. But yet we're supposed to dismiss the early black Republicans that fought for pensions and reparations for the freed slaves. Said that the free slaves should get the same type of pension as a Civil War veteran. We're supposed to forget about that just because it's a label on it. And we give 90% of our vote to one party, and then we get Wes Moore, the Maryland governor. He vetoes a legislation on reparations, and the only thing they were asking is to study it, see what role Maryland played in it, how much, put a price tag to it, and give an apology, and this Negro vetoed it. Anton Daniels is not from the soil. Exactly. I mean, the black community is the only race that isn't allowed to build power across politics. Yeah, well, Paul, because if you talk about that, Paul, they'll shun you. Like they try to do me. Like they try to do me. Because I hold the Democratic Party accountable. People don't want to come on the show. So yeah, that's the game. That's the game. But that just weakens who we are as a people. It weakens who we are as a people. We're the only ethnic group that gives 90% of our vote to one party. And listen, I'm not telling people to go. I'm not telling people to go to the Republican Party. I'm just giving the numbers. So what is the return? What is the trade-off? If you're giving 90% of your vote to one party, what have you gotten when you couldn't even get an executive order to recognize reparations? Well, the history is not really taught, but it's not up to the oppressor to teach us our history. That's where agenda is important. Absolutely. But where's the Black agenda? That's the next question. Where's the Black agenda? You could go on the Congressional Black Caucus website. There's no Black agenda. You could go to NAACP website. There's no Black agenda. You could go to the Urban League website. There's no Black agenda. You could go to the National Black Mayors Association. There's no Black agenda. There's nothing on there recognizing reparations for Black people. You could go to the National Action Network website. No Black agenda. Nothing demanding reparations for Black people. So where do you go? Where do you go? There's no national organization at that size that are demanding reparations. And doggone Mandami, when he was sworn in, had the nerve to say that the city was built by immigrants. That is a lie. That is a quote lie. The city was built off the back of enslaved Africans. See, they have put the immigrant agenda over the Black agenda. Let's just be honest about it, and let's just have a real conversation about it. That's what they did. And Negroes are just following along. I wish I had that video. I wish I still had that video to show y'all today, because I did a whole a show on our Black struggle. You could go to YouTube and check it out. But if I would have known I was going to get into this conversation, I would have definitely put up this video. Here we go. I want y'all to check this out. I want y'all to.
Provocative comment in your new book here, Mugged. And I think it's on page 151. You write that various groups, feminists, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the Black civil rights experience. Yes. What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that, because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated Blacks like children, and many of their policies have been harmful to Blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, I mean, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but that's, or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the Blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for Blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe Black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country.
But you see, most of us are either immigrants or are the descendants of immigrants, and we understand that not everybody. There are Native Americans in, but we understand in this country. We understand in this country that kind of self-deportation, making things so difficult for immigrants, for undocumented immigrants, that they have to leave, or the DREAM Act, vetoing, threatening to veto the DREAM Act, which is what Romney has said. I mean, and again, we have Governor Romney, who is basically taking a
So I'm going to bring my brother in. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Now I got to equal it out. Hey, what's up, AJ?
What's up?
All right. So let me finish what I was saying. So did y'all hear this dude? He just disrespected our struggle. He didn't even acknowledge what Ann Coulter was saying. He said, because the country is mostly immigrants. Really? Jewish people is only 2% of the country. But they get more benefits than black people. Now, see, a lot of y'all don't believe, if you don't believe me, I guess you believe a white woman when she said that civil rights were for black people. Then they just took it and put everybody underneath the umbrella while we still are struggling. And I don't know how else to make it plain. Exactly, brother Erwin. What's up, brother? We're estimated to spend over $2 trillion in 2026. And we don't even have a black media company. 45 million people. 45 million people. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
It says it expected we reach nearly 2 trillion by the end of 2025 and continue growing to 2.5 trillion by 2030.
Well, hey, listen. And we don't have a media company. We don't have one black TV channel. And they always want to put, oh, this is the millionaire here. This is the millionaire there. Oh, look, this guy got on Forbes. He got on, yeah, they got there working for white companies. Listen, we don't have no major TV station. It's over. Tyler Perry sold his little half of BET Plus. It's over. It's over. So we don't have it. I don't like. What are we going to do? And then do we understand that jobs and employment is tied to us not having businesses? Because every ethnic group employs themselves except black people. We go to every other ethnic group for employment with our doctor degrees. Then y'all get mad at Trump when he said black jobs. Well, if you didn't have a black job, then why did you get mad when DEI got canceled? Oh, there go your black jobs. So, like, we have to stop being hypocritical to ourselves.
If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent black media strong. Support independent black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power. Black Westchester Magazine's People Before Politics show every Sunday at 6 p.m. It's the news with the Black point of view.